Hi, I'm Florian from strategycase.com, your prime resource to break into McKinsey, BCG, and Bain. And today we're going to take a look at the BCG Online Case Assessment, or KC Chatbot case as it is often referred to. In this session, we want to cover 6 topics related to this new type of assessment. First, we want to give you a brief overview of the assessment. Second, we dive deeper into the format and discuss how the assessment is actually structured and how much time you have to finish. Third, we look at the questions, and both at the question format and how the chatbot actually works, as well as the question types and the skills that are evaluated. Then, fourth, we look into the preparation and discuss what are the most effective ways to prepare and what are the best resources out there to practice your skills. Fifth, we look at test taking and show you both how you can set up your system before the test to maximize your score, plus what issues you should avoid during the test to make sure to maximize your score. Lastly, we will discuss next steps and show you how you can kickstart your preparation and how we can actually help you ace the case. Now, let's dive right in. The BCG Online Case Assessment is a fully automated interviewer-led screening case, which means you need to solve an interactive business case of a client, and all of this can be done from your personal computer, from your home. You will interact with a chatbot called Casey, who will guide you through each question. There is between 8 to 10 questions to answer, plus you need to record a video at the end of roughly 25 minutes. You need to master 4 different question types: multiple choice, short answer, fill-in questions, and as already discussed, the video recommendation. Focus on traditional case skills, which means structuring, idea generation, chart interpretation, and math. Do not expect a personality assessment, as this is the domain of the Pymetrics and the one-way video interview. So, the case consists of 8 to 10 questions and the recorded video recommendation. All of these questions are related to the business problem of one specific client, and they revolve around traditional case interview questions such as structuring, chart interpretation, and math. In the end, you will have 1 minute to prepare and 1 minute to record a video, basically giving a summary and a recommendation of your analysis in the end. You will have 2 tries to record this video. If you decide to go with the second recording, then the second recording will automatically be taken for grading. The scoring itself is based on the quality of your answers as well as your communication skills for the last question. In terms of timing, the assessment lasts around 30 minutes. You will have a short video introduction, then you have 25 minutes to complete the case, plus 2 minutes for the video recording. All of this is done by an AI chatbot who will ask you multiple choice questions, short answer questions, fill-in questions, and the video recording in the end. You will be guided by this bot, and everything can be taken from home on your own personal computer. Now, the questions, as said before, replicate a traditional interviewer-led case interview with structuring, chart interpretation, math, and synthesis in the end. What skills are actually assessed? Well, there's roughly 6 types of skills that we're looking at here. First, idea generation, creativity. Can you come up with creative ideas, creative answers to the question asked by the bot? Second, what about your business sense and intuition? Are you able to quickly come up with solutions? Are you able to prioritize what analysis you would like to do, what data and information you would need to look into? Third, are you able to logically come to conclusions and provide recommendations based on the data that you're provided with? Fourth, how quick are you with mental math? Meaning both how quickly can you draft equations, come up with an approach to the calculation, and then also how quickly can you actually calculate. Then the last 2 skills, top-down communication and maturity, are evaluated during the video recommendation, where it is important that you're able to showcase that you're an effective communicator and have the maturity needed for BCG. Casey, the chatbot, will guide you through the test with the 4 different question formats. Let's take a look at what these questions could look like. First, multiple choice questions. Here you need to select an answer from a set of alternatives. However, sometimes no indication is given on how many answers you should or could choose. Let's look at an example. In order to analyze the decrease in profit, what data should we get from the client? Second, short answer questions. Here you need to provide a brief written answer explaining your thought process, provide a recommendation, or interpret the result of your analysis. An example would be, if you had to prioritize one answer from above, state which one and why. Third, fill-in questions. Here you need to fill in a number or complete statement. An example would be variable manufacturing cost increased by X% over the last year. And lastly, the video recording. Here you need to provide a final recommendation. You have 1 minute to prepare and 1 minute to record, and you have 2 tries. As an example, provide a recommendation for the client on how to solve the low revenue situation in the flagship store. Now, how can you prepare for this test? It's a simple 2-step process. First, familiarize yourself. Second, practice. Familiarization. Learn about the test setting, and the logistics. Familiarize yourself with the questions and the question format. What resources could you use for this? Well, of course, look at what BCG sends you in their invitation email and the PDF document. Take the test that they're offering, the practice test, and look at this video, look at our article and the in-depth guide we have on strategycase.com to familiarize yourself with the test. This should make up roughly 5% of your preparation. 95% of the preparation should be focused on practice. And here you need to practice tests and drills that are similar to the BCG case format, which means practice structuring drills, chart interpretation drills, and math drills. Also practice spoken synthesis and recommendation, plus improve your business intuition and judgment. Now, how can you do that? First thing, look at the BCG website and look at their interactive case library. They have a multitude of tests online, which in terms of the questions asked and the answers provided are very similar to what is asked of you in the BCG Casey Chatbot case. Also look at their old online cases and potential tests that are still floating around the internet. If you need them, send us a message. We're happy to provide you with these old tests. Similarly, look at the McKinsey websites and look at their interviewer-led cases, because the format is exactly the same as the BCG Casey. Also look at old McKinsey problem-solving tests, which have also very, very similar questions and evaluate exactly the same skills as BCG. If you can find them, again, shoot us a message and we are happy to provide you with these tests. Of course, another important part you should do is practice live cases, either with coaches and with peers, because again, you will focus on the same types of skills, plus you will work on your communication and synthesis skills. Look at business school casebooks, look at business and financial newspapers to improve both your casing skills as well as your business intuition and judgment. And lastly, on strategycase.com, we provide a continuously expanding library of sample tests which replicate the BCG Online Chatbot case. To sum up, combine your case interview preparation and your online case assessment preparation to get the most out of it. Now, let's look at how you can actually take the test. There's 2 steps you need to do before the test and 3 steps while actually taking the test. Before the test, you need to make sure that your computer and your internet connection works with the sample test before starting the real test. Plus, have a backup internet connection ready via your phone. Then, check your browser. It should be Chrome, since it's the preferred browser for the test as communicated by BCG. Also, make sure that your webcam works and is not blocked by another application. Lastly, drink a coffee and have a water ready before the last part of assessment, where you actually need to communicate your recommendation. Secondly, manage your environment. Make sure that you can take the test from a calm environment without any background noises, and also remove any other potential distractions and notify your surroundings that you are not available for the next 30 minutes. During the test, focus on the questions. Read the instructions and question briefs with great care, avoid careless mistakes and simple traps. Take notes of the most important facts to keep them handy during the whole assessment, and keep all exhibit tabs open if you wish to refer back to them at the later stage, since you will not be able to go back to previous answers or exhibits. Have a finisher mindset, meaning have a plan ready on how to approach every question and decision. For example, using elimination of wrong answer choices for multiple choice questions. Move through each question swiftly and accurately. Keep in mind that all answer submissions are final. You cannot go back, and you have to answer the questions in the order of their appearance. Lastly, keep an eye on the time. Keep an eye on the time both for the test as a whole as well as for each question individually. Don't let your frustration with an answer to a previous question slow you down for the rest of the test. 3 themes emerge in our customer feedback discussions which make the test particularly difficult. First, the time pressure. All candidates reported that time is the key element that makes the test stressful and hard to pass. Secondly, the difficulty level. Most candidates reported that the test, or the actual test that they had to take, is significantly more difficult than the practice test that is sent out by BCG. And this is particularly true for the math questions. Lastly, the format. The format is quite unusual, and candidates were not sure how the AI would rate their answers. Many actually experienced technical difficulties and were, for example, not able to record a second video recommendation, and the wording of the test is often quite ambiguous, so candidates really had to pay close attention to the questions and the answer choices. We can help you ace the BCG Online Case Assessment. We were the first to release a guide on this new assessment already a couple of months back, based on our existing BCG Potential Test and Online Case Guide. Our new guide is based on insights we gathered from BCG consultants, as well as recent test taker feedback and our own experience as former McKinsey consultants and case coaches. It includes an expanding library of sample tests, as well as covering other elements of the BCG assessment, such as the parametrics and the video interview. We follow a constant update policy, meaning that our guide will be updated with recent test taker information to make sure our new customers will always get the latest and most up-to-date insights into this test, which might frequently change in the future. Reach out to us if you have any question regarding the BCG Online Case Assessment or questions related to the applications and interviews with top-tier management consulting firms such as McKinsey, BCG, and Bain.